1,300 metres. $35 in favourite for the two. The Gangster, and they're off. Now, Jitterbug was flat-footed, missed it by 4. Luen Yat Supreme came out running on the inside, but taken on and headed by Prosperous Victory. The Gangster in a prominent spot as they run to the 1,000 metres from Certain Grace, and booting up on the inside in the black and white was Leisure Time, followed by Off the Track Wonderful Sun. Then came Able Dancer. Jitterbugs through on the inside of a runner there in the purple colours was Terminator. Then two back Fire and Sun. And at the tail of the field, Bianco Lucci, 700 metres out. Prosperous Victory does it okay in front from Luen Yat Supreme. The Gangster up the third on the outside, and even wider than Wonderful Sun having a tough one. Jitterbug slides through on the inside, and then Leisure Time, followed then by Certain Grace. A length back Able Dancer, followed by Terminator, Fire and Sun. And Bianco Lucci at the tail of the field. A line of 4 here as they run to the corner. Under pressure, Prosperous Victory claimed by Luen Yat Supreme, the Gangster. And wide out on the track, Wonderful Sun. Never been on the track, but he's still in the fight. The Gangster took a narrow lead, 200 metres out. Luen Yat Supreme fights on, then Wonderful Sun. It's the Gangster, Luen Yat Supreme. They've got it between them. Luen Yat Supreme kicks back on the inside. Luen Yat Supreme digs deep, pulls out plenty. He draws a half-length margin on the Gangster, and Luen Yat Supreme, too good, has beaten the Gangster. Third, Fire and Sun. Then Certain Grace, followed by Wonderful Sun, Terminator, Jitterbug, Bianco Lucci, Prosperous Victory, and Leisure Time. Oh, there is one behind them. Looks like Able Dancer's broken down. Good, solid, gutsy effort by Luen Yat Supreme to take the prize here. Number 5, Luen Yat Supreme, Louis Corrales riding for Stephen Choi, has beaten the 2, the Gangster. 8, Certain Grace running third. And Fire and Sun in fourth. 5, 2, 8 and 9. And the winner, number 5, Luen Yat Supreme, is a 4-year-old chestnut, Australian bred gelding, high yield, Mistress Myra. It was Corrales, Stephen Choi, making it a winning double for the stable. They won the previous with Luen Yat Forever. 2 second, the Gangster, Manuel Nunes for Tim Pinfield. Look, the winner, I thought, at the 200. I thought he had the measure of Luen Yat Supreme, but Luen Yat Supreme just kept on kicking. And the 8, Certain Grace, Brunel Yams on for Peter Lation. Ahead of the 9, Fire and Sun, Stephen Choi, Gary Moore. Head on replay here. Unfortunately, Able Dancer's broken down. That's him in the purple cap, so there's been a blow for connections. But Luen Yat Supreme, the black cap, the yellow cap, the Gangster, they settle down to fight it out. Certain Grace wanting to wobble about a bit. Wonderful Sun had a tough time wide, and Fire and Sun's made up a bit of ground late. Race number 9. This is the last of our coverage from Sing. And race 9 from Singapore, Nero is the favourite here with Robbie Fradd, around about 1.5 for Nero. Numbers 5, 2, 8 and 9. Let's have a look at the replay here before we cross back to Singapore. Jitterbug, well, flat-footed, so he lost all chance at the start as Prosperous Victory was driven to the front. He might just be a wet tracker, this fellow Prosperous Victory, because, again, he's been disappointing. He's a real star in the morning. He's a morning glory. He can fly in the trials, but the only time he's put it together has been on a wet track at 1,500, so that might be the caper middle distance. Soft lead and a bit of cushion in the track for Prosperous Victory. Luen Yat Supreme in second spot, the Gangster to third, Wonderful Sun. His run's been okay, he's done it very tough, and he's only dropped off the last bit. Just behind them then, Certain Grace, and Jitterbug making ground through the field. Leisure Time was a spent commodity early in the race as they run towards the corner. And the line of 4, Prosperous Victory, the first one to throw up the white flag, tackled by Luen Yat Supreme, then the Gangster, and Wonderful Sun the outside. These two singled out. I thought the Gangster might have had a narrow lead at one stage. Luen Yat Supreme has found plenty on the inside and has just gone home a little bit too well. $30.50 and $11.90 for Luen Yat Supreme. $12.50 for the 2, the Gangster. 8, Certain Grace at 28. Now the Quinella 2.5, $90. The Tears 5.28, 1.291. 119.9 is the run time. The winners won by a half in the finish with 3 between second and third. 5.28 to 9, awaiting correct weight, and that should be forthcoming any moment.